I'm Lilan Bowden and I'm from California. I was definitely a weird kid. I was weird, I was awkward, I was shy, but it didn't stop me from wanting to do acting. When the school play came around, I was like, I gotta be in the school play. And then when I went to high school, they had an improv club, a comedy sports club, and I joined, and I feel like that really got me out of my shell a lot. And I thought, wow, with improv, this is a really cool thing where I can make up what I'm acting. You know, I can do everything. I can write, I can act at the same time. And it felt very personal because I was creating the content that I was performing. I went to college for acting as well. That was always part of the program. I knew it's just someday, you know, it didn't matter how long it took, it didn't matter how hard it was gonna be. I just didn't see myself spending my time doing anything else. So after I graduated, I moved to LA. I didn't have representation. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a manager. I was just trying to explore every single opportunity that I possibly could come across. So I was a hostess at a sushi restaurant, and then I upgraded to a barista at a cafe. I didn't mind, you know, working as much as possible so I could save up money for acting classes and improv classes. I auditioned for every single student film that I could. Sometimes I booked them, a lot of I didn't. When I got the script for Andi Mack, I got it for my audition, to prepare for my audition. And I was reading it and I thought, oh, this is a fun show, this is a cute show, it's really well written. And then I got to the twist where Beck says, I'm not your sister. I'm your mother. And that just changed everything for me. Like, I could feel like myself getting excited and being like, oh, I have to book this. I can't not book this. And of course, like, there's a lot of other factors that are out of my control, but nothing meant more to me at that point than booking that role, because I felt like this was the role that was so right for what I could offer. After I did my audition, they sent me back out, and then they called me back in, and they're like, oh, I think that maybe you have some paperwork you still need to fill out or something. And they called me back in, and they called Peyton back in, and we were like, what are we doing here? And the director of that pilot, Betty Thomas, she said, okay, well, you know what, we've talked it over, and we'd like to offer you the role of the grandma. And she was making this joke, and I'm too nervous to understand it. And so I'm like, oh, okay. She goes, but if you refuse the grandma role, we'd like to offer you Bex. And then my brain exploded. There is a lot of rejection that is in this field. It's tempting to give up, but just see what happens if you don't. The worst thing that can happen is that you'll be better at what you do. I'm Lilan Bowden, and you're so beautiful now.